By now, you've probably seen plenty of ads, maybe on TikTok or YouTube, or maybe Twitter, advertising the upcoming mobile game Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. And if you're someone like me who loves the DMC franchise, yes, even the 2013 DMC Devil May Cry reboot, no doubt the prospect of another Devil May Cry game entering the series has resulted in a peak of interest. Huh? Oof, might have made the devil cry with that one. Anyway, you may have some questions regarding the game. How will the combat be compared to the main games, and what will a Devil May Cry mobile game look like? And most importantly, when will the game release? I'll be answering those questions and more shortly, but please keep in mind, most of this will be speculation. Before I do, I just want to let you watching know that I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays over on Twitch, and am preparing a debut stream on Kick. The links to those, as well as my other social media, will be in the description. Time for the video, so let's rock, baby. The combat featured in the Devil May Cry series can be described best in one word: iconic. From the initial release of Devil May Cry 1 in 2001 to the most recent entry Devil May Cry 5, first released in 2019 and then again with a special edition released in 2020, the combat system in the Devil May Cry series went through an evolution unlike any other franchise. One of the biggest changes in combat was born in 2005's Devil May Cry 3 Dante's Awakening, which seems to be where Peak of Combat takes place, albeit in an alternate universe according to the developers. Devil May Cry 3 introduced the players to the style system, multiple styles that our main character, Dante, could switch through at different checkpoints throughout the level. The main style options were Gunslinger, Royal Guard, Trickster, and Swordsmaster, with the other styles, Quicksilver and Doppelganger, being dropped from future games. These styles and their different mechanics gave Dante an edge in combat and made him look flashy doing it. Accompanying the combat style was the ability to change your weapon at will during combat from one of the two melee weapons, or devil arms as they were called, and gun combinations you had selected, allowing you to pull off some of the craziest combos ever introduced to gaming. These features, the style system, and weapon swaps, unfortunately will not be returning in Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. And while that definitely will turn off a lot of people on the game, the combat itself still looks impressive despite it being a mobile game. You can still weave in many different combos and attacks and are still just as stylish as the game's predecessors. One of the biggest concerns and sources of skepticism regarding the Devil May Cry mobile game is just how good would it actually look on a mobile platform. Many big IPs and franchises have made their own mobile spin-offs, only for the gameplay to fall far below expectations and leave the player base underwhelmed. As discussed in my previous point, there won't be a weapon swap system in the game, at least not like how it was in the main games. Devil May Cry Peak of Combat is first and foremost a gacha game. While specifics have yet to be revealed, it stands to reason that based off other gacha games, players will get the opportunity to pull for their favorite characters in the Devil May Cry series, either through gaining in-game currency through missions or through in-app purchases, each with their own weapon and playstyle that you can then use to form a team with other characters, or even different forms of the same character but with different devil arms. For example, a team of Dante, where one uses Rebellion, one uses Cerberus, and another uses Beowulf. According to the developers, this will be the focus and flow of combat in Peak of Combat, the emphasis on switching through your team to unleash devastating combos. While Devil May Cry Peak of Combat is currently available for pre-order for Android and iOS users, with a PC version still in development, the full game itself for now is only available in China and in neighboring countries, with the global release scheduled to begin rolling out in Q3 or Q4 of 2023, and an opening beta being available on July 6, 2023. According to the official Devil May Cry Peak of Combat website, players who pre-order the game will be able to net in-game rewards based off how many players, or hunters as the website refers to us, register for the game, with milestones being 50k red orbs for 100k hunters who've pre-registered, 50 demonic potions for 500k hunters, 200 gems, which I assume will be the gacha currency used to summon other characters to use in-game, for 1 million hunters, 1,000 gems for 2 million hunters, and finally 10 hidden record seals, which I'm guessing will be the special summoning tickets for characters, for 5 million hunters. My final thoughts on Devil May Cry Peak of Combat are honestly pretty positive. The game looks impressive enough, and I'm honestly excited to be able to get a chance to play another entry in my favorite series. While the gacha element can be a bit daunting and off-putting to many, the remaining gameplay seems to still be enjoyable for free-to-play hunters who don't want to spend any money. And honestly, that's how it should be. I'm very excited for the global release, and I hope you check back here again later for some more Devil May Cry Peak of Combat.